Hey, everybody. It's me, Teri Hunter, and this is my very first broadcast on Lotta's channel. I'm so excited to be here. I hope this is working. It looks like everything's working. So, okay, I'm Teri Hunter. I'm an angel therapy practitioner. Hello. And what I'm going to do for y'all every Sunday at 11 o'clock Pacific time is I'm going to do a 4-card spread with my angel deck. It's Messages from Your Angels by Doreen Virtue. It's one of her original decks. And we're going to go sign by sign. And that's going to be kind of it. I'm not so sure I'm going to be able to communicate with you guys in the chat right now because I'm trying to figure all this out. Some new stuff. So I'm just going to dig right in. Oh, and before I do, though, I want to thank everybody for the amazingly warm welcome that I got from y'all in my video with Darren. We had a blast. It was so much fun. I can't wait to do more of them. Okay, so let's just start with Aries. Here we go, guys. Oh, you know what? Let me explain to you a little bit about this deck in case you're unfamiliar with it. Each card represents a different angel. Now, since I've been working with the deck, I've created a language with the angels. So sometimes what the face of the card says is not how I read the card. And I'll explain that as we go along. And I'm going to do a 4-card spread. The first card represents the foundational position, so it's more in the material world, what you're sitting on. The second position will be the opportunity and or the obstacle. One coin, two sides. Every opportunity has an obstacle. Every obstacle has an opportunity attached to it. The third card is going to be the angel's advice for getting around the obstacle or taking advantage of the opportunity. And then the final position will be the probable outcome for the week. All right, so now here we go. So excited you're all here. Yay. Okay. For Aries, our first angel is Teresa. The second is Opal. The third is Desiree. And the final is Caressa. Okay. So it's interesting because we're at the end of the year. This will be the first broadcast for me and the last one of the year. Teresa is a card that the angel represents being very busy, taking care of a lot of other people, focus being out, which is so appropriate for this time of year. But for me, it's also a little bit of a card of worry where I'm sort of over fretting about things. And I feel like what Spirit is saying for Aries this week is to rest, to actually use this end of the year to kind of decompress a little bit from how crazy 2018 really was, all those retrogrades. Oh my goodness. And also to sort of give yourself a moment to recalibrate what it is that you want to birth moving forward into 2019. I think there's going to be a lot of opportunities coming up for Aries. I'm an Aries rising, and this is a great opportunity that I've been given. So I expect that we're going to be very busy coming in the new year. I have Opal in the opportunity or the obstacle. For me, this is a card that represents children, saying they're safe here on heaven and in earth. But as a collective, when you're talking to so many people, to me, this is the inner child. This is Aries' opportunity to dig deep as to what do you want to experience coming this year. Not about, what you think you can do or what you've experienced or what path you can actually see. Because I have Desiree in the Angel's Advice, and she is a card, an angel that represents caution, to look deeper in some respects or to wait for something to be revealed and ask the angels to help guide you. I want to say this for Aries. Opal and Desiree being together is asking Aries, especially my grown-ups, we can be such grown-ups. We'll be like, we'll have so many obligations. We have families to take care of, but Spirit really wants you to dig deep into what you want. Because Aries, when you're happy in your homes and happy within your life, everybody around you is going to benefit from that. And Caressa is telling me that Aries is at the end of a life cycle, that new happiness awaits you. So for myself, specifically, I've been working on my own, kind of muddling through, doing my own thing. And this is my first collaboration in 6 years. So for me, yes, there is a closing of one chapter, but there's also a building of a new chapter here on Lotta's channel. So Aries, what I want to offer you this week is to take the time not to look of where you've been, but to really give birth from a child's like perspective of what you want to experience moving forward. And then start to formulate how it feels once you get there. The road to get there, you're not going to be able to see it as clearly as spirit is. And when you sort of work in tandem with spirit, then they will open a door, and your job is to walk through the door and then assess the room before they open another door. That's all metaphorically. Okay, Aries, I think it's going to be a good week, and I'm really excited about the new year. Okay, let's go on to Taurus, which is my moon. So when I was watching Lotta for the last 2 years, I always felt so fortunate because I could pretty much get my big numbers out in the first 2 readings. Okay, Taurus. All right. Our first angel is Archangel Uriel. The second is Caressa. The third is Rosetta. And the final card is Fiona. It was interesting as I was shuffling the cards for Taurus, I started to think about, I'm kind of a human being, really, to be honest with you. And sometimes there are people in my past that have hurt my feelings. And everything can be going great in my life. And then that person shows up, and man, it just triggers me back to a place of being annoyed. And that happened to me yesterday. So funny. It's because Archangel Uriel is the angel that helps us deal with anger, frustration, unforgiveness. And Taurus has been going through so many changes. And, Uranus is coming up on you again. You had Uranus go into your sign in May, then it shot back out into Aries, and it's going to come back in. I feel like Taurus, if you're feeling frustrated, allow yourself to kind of give yourself a do-over, because I've got Caressa in the opportunity or the obstacle. This is the card that represents the ending of one chapter and the beginning of a new chapter. And that new chapter really gets to be based on what you want. This is so interesting to me because it's very similar to Aries in the sense of giving birth to new ideas. Sorry, there's a big something in the camera. This childlike innocence that you can purport will help you to assimilate and process and reconcile the experiences you've had. I know some of the challenges that Aries has had Taurus has not been by choice, but been thrust upon them. So when you can give birth to the idea that maybe that these shifts and these changes are actually going to open up a space that you couldn't imagine, because I have Fiona here saying, now that you've asked God and the angels for help, be open to receiving that help. So the focus on how you've been hurt probably isn't going to shift the hurt, but the focus on what you want to birth in the new year, Rosetta and Caressa, that will help ease the tensions. If they're, this is a week of a lot of family, a lot of pressure, frankly, in the holidays. So again, if you're feeling a little, just give it over to God and say, thank you for giving me the eyes to see this person, this experience, this dynamic through a new lens. Because some people will never change. Okay, let's go on to Gemini. What does Spirit have to say for you, Gemini? All right, our first angel is Isaiah. The second is Ariel. The third is Isabella. And the final is Archangel Uriel. Okay, so Isaiah is a card or an angel that represents giving birth to new ideas, new situations, new dynamics within your life, and assuring you that you are being watched over while these shifts take place. The opportunity, the obstacle is the angel Ariel, and Ariel is a card or an angel that represents the connection to spirit, the connection to the energetic dynamics of this place we call Earth. Because to me, for Gemini, you being able to connect with your desires to spirit will help you see things through a new lens. I've got Isabella in the Angel's Advice saying the timing is right for a new venture. But again, so many things we were trying to birth in 2018 were delayed in many ways. They were pushed on. They were asked us to look at things deeper to make sure that we were authentic in our desires and we weren't trying to just, how do I want to say this? Take a deal or a job or a dynamic based on fear, on security, but something that would really fill our heart. Because I feel like I've got Archangel Uriel in the final position here. He was just here for Taurus. I feel a sense of frustration. So if Gemini has felt a back and forth, you haven't been able to move things forward, I feel like this time Isaiah is saying, energetically go into your mind and allow yourself to imagine the situation being fulfilled, the job, if you wanted, the relationship, because turning over that dynamic to spirit, giving them the outcome versus the problem, will help ease your tensions during this week. You know, it's supposed to be such a loving time of year, and yet there's so much expectation, especially on the material. Did you buy me this? Did you get me that? Blah blah. I'm going to say this. This is going to be a little random, but a couple of years ago, I decided to write love letters to my family rather than buying them gifts. I'm not suggesting anybody do that because it kind of was like a lead balloon, to be honest. But I feel like Gemini, I feel like Spirit is asking you to dig deeper this week into what you really want to birth into 2019. And from that place of, inner power that you feel like, okay, I can do this. And then Spirit is going to support you. That's what Ariel and Isabella are telling you. Okay, let's go on to Cancer. All right, what's up for Cancer this week? I'll say one thing. It's so fun to be doing this on Sundays. There has been an incredible amount of construction around my house. And when I did my last angel reading on my channel, it was literally roofers banging all over the place. So this is going to be lovely to be able to do this here on a nice, quiet Super Soul Sunday. All right, Cancer. Here we go. Our first angel is Archangel Michael. The second is Omega. The third is Seraphina. And the final is Desiree. Okay. So my Cancers, Archangel Michael is the great protector. Is what, there's many archangels, but the top four, Michael is the most well-known. He really asks you to have courage to make the changes in your life that you want based from your heart. It will help you feel fulfilled moving forward. I have Omega in the opportunity of the obstacle, which is an angel that represents victory that it says victory is your desired outcome will happen in the very near future. Keep up the good work. And then I have Seraphina saying a happy change will happen, or a happy, Seraphina is the angel of happy families, and that there is a change to the family that's going to bring in a new energy. That is my opportunity or my obstacle. This is my angel's advice. Now I have Desiree saying the timing isn't good. Okay, Cancer, so this is where I'm going with this. I feel like Archangel Michael is asking Cancers to look at this week how you may potentially be participating in any sort of tensions, disruptions. Are you letting a certain perspective come into play? I think that's what Desiree is saying, because this is an interesting thing to me. It's almost like it's an inside job. The happiness that you're looking for, the fulfillment, the acceptance, here we are, some of us in the bosoms of our families, and some of us not. Meaning, this time of year can also trigger sadness. It can trigger it can illuminate the imbalance in some ways in families, in our lives. So I think what Spirit is asking Cancer this week is to have the courage to look where you may be participating in that. And I'm not saying that to make you bad. It's just like I was saying earlier about that old boyfriend. Oh, did I say old boyfriend? I didn't mean to. Anyway, that guy that called and texted me, and I just got cranky at him for I didn't have to do that, but I did. And so I'm just saying, I participated in that imbalance, in that exchange. So I think that Cancer this week, know that you're protected by the angels, know that the people that you're dealing with, the dynamics that you're encountering, they too want balance. So sometimes when we're the ones that start the balance, we sort of put the olive branch out there, it can steer the ship towards where we want to go. All right, let's go on to Leo. What is up for Leo? Oh, good. I'm glad, Jody. Awesome. If you're Cancer sun, it may not affect you at all. This may be the Cancer rising. Remember, Lotta always says that check your rising sign first, and then your sun. Hi, Rachel. And then your moon. I kind of like the moon second, and I'm not an astrologer, but usually the moon represents my emotions. So when I endeavor something, it's going to be based on how I feel. Okay, let's go on to Leo. We have Yvonne. We have Aurora. We have Francesca. Oh, and we have Rochelle. Oh my goodness, Leo, I could not be more excited for you this week. So Yvonne on the face of the card, because some of you may own this deck, I don't know, but Yvonne talks about having a special bond with animals and pets. I never see it that way. For me, Yvonne is about vulnerability to the bigger picture of what I want to experience. If you guys saw the intro, I'm 59 years old. I never got married. I never had kids. This work was always so important to me. It just was, I was so Rahu about it, honestly. I have Rahu in the 6th house. So, well, Placidus and whole sign, it's in the 7th. So I want to say this week, when you're Leo, vulnerable to your own dreams and desires, Aurora in the opportunity of the obstacle is saying you're flying high right now. Hold the line, keep going, because people are going to be inspired by your bravery in your own world. And Francesca is here saying, what do you visualize right now? Visualize the thing, the outcome you want. And as you do that, spirit will just line up, because here is Rochelle. Now, this is where I'm a little bad, but she's my favorite angel, because she says, as I honor and follow the guidance of my heart, prosperity is coming to me. And it's not just money, it's harmonious wealth. It's where I feel like I'm thriving and feeling balanced in all the areas of my life. My physical body, my mental body, my emotional body, my spiritual body, my intimate body, my financial body. Get where I'm going? All the facets. So when you're vulnerable to the bigger picture of what you want, and you continue to hold the line, don't resist being scared. Just don't focus on it. Focus on what it feels like once you get there, Leo. It's going to be a fun year. I really think that 2019, those that have been working diligently towards their goals are really start to see themselves being rewarded. And then it's interesting, because once you get rewarded, you have to be brave enough to sort of take the reward. This morning when I was getting ready to do the broadcast today, my dog was following me around, and he's so funny because he's a double Pisces, and he's so energetic that he was like, "What's up? What? Your energy's weird." And I'm like, "I'm just excited. Don't worry." And then he went back and he laid down on his bed. All right, let's go into Virgo. Here we go. Whoop. All right, Virgo. We have Archangel Gabriel, Mystique, Seraphina, and Bridget. Okay. All right, Virgo. So Archangel Gabriel will talk about you having an important life's purpose in arts and communications. Well, everything we do these days is communications. There's really no getting around it. But she also talks about insecurities and turning over your insecurities to her. And I think of Archangel Gabriel as a feminine energy. For me, to think that top 4 are all men was just a little bit too much for me to. My Libra balance didn't resonate. So I'm always going to refer to Archangel Gabriel with a feminine energy. So she's asking you to turn over any insecurities you have. I want to offer you this idea, Virgo. Feeling insecure about something is also an indication of passion about something. It's like if you don't have a passion for it, or you don't care about it, you don't have any reason to be insecure about it. So rather than resisting that insecurity, you can kind of look at it as, wow, I'm excited about this. This is cool, because I have Mystique saying, keep charging ahead, expect miraculous solutions. To me, miraculous solutions miracles are simply alignment to source energy. With my dominant thought is truly in alignment, and my fears are more, they kind of will come and go. Fears should never be resisted. I think the resistance of them when trying to be positive is actually doubly negative. So when you can kind of see your fears float in and out, that's okay, as long as your dominant thought is where you want to go. because Seraphina is in the angel's advice saying that a happy change will come to your family. Many Virgos may be there's a baby on this, but I don't know about necessarily giving birth to a baby as much as I feel like it's giving birth to the things that you want in life. Because in the final position, I have Bridget. And Bridget is a card of caution. She's saying, look deeper into your motivations. What are you basing your decisions on right now? So if Archangel Gabriel and Bridget are in the more in the 3D world, right? So we've got our foundational and our potential outcome. I would have to task Virgo with a little bit of looking deeper about how you're making your decisions. Because if you're looking for security and then I'll look for fun and happiness later, Spirit's probably not going to be as supportive to what you want. Meaning, it's not that they're going to stop you, but there's a good chance it could be interruptive. For instance, if you've been, okay, let me just put it this way. Virgo, if you've been putting out there that you've got a big dream and you really want that dream, and you've been putting any sort of spit and polish on that, and then you try to make a right-hand turn and do something safe that moves you away from your dream, Spirit will not facilitate this. Or if you get it, it'll be disruptive. It'll be disruptive. So look to see where you're insecure about something. And if you, pardon me. If you're feeling insecure about something, talk to Spirit about it. Allow yourself to sort of just have a conversation and then thank them for giving you eyes to see things from a different perspective, from a different situation. Okay, let's go on to Libra. Here we go, Libra. That's my sun sign. And I always think the least influential because I really am very Aries and very Taurus. Okay, let's see what Spirit has to say for Libra this week. Our first angel is Astera. The second is Caressa. The third is Azure. And the final is Grace and Antoinette. Okay, so Astera talks about reaching for the stars with your dreams and your desires and not compromising. When I talk about not compromising, it isn't about running over all the people in your world. It's about being so determined to Spirit with your dreams and your desires that you're inclusive, that everybody in your world will be able to benefit and align from that. Because Libra, Caressa is in the opportunity or the obstacle, and she's saying that we're at the end of a life cycle, that new happiness awaits us. And then Azure is in the angel's advice. Your desired outcome will happen in the near future. Have patience and faith and don't try to force anything. The final card is Grace and Antoinette, which is a card of compassion. It's asking Libra to see things from another perspective, which is very easy for Libra to do. But what I'm wanting to say for Libra this week is that as you reach for those dreams and those desires and you don't compromise, which you're used to doing, Libra, it is not to the exclusion of the feelings of others. You can include them. Ask Spirit to open a space for that, because there is a sense of adding. There's a sense for me this week overall, but for Libra right now, that we're adding from on to the old, we're adding new. So we're not throwing one thing out, we're incorporating. And some things may, in some respects, take a bit of a back seat, and have compassion for yourself as you have to let those things take a back seat in order to birth the things that you want moving forward. And I also kind of want to say this too. I feel like Spirit is offering me the notion that there's going to be evidence, Libra, that you'll have a door to walk through, and you may be scared to walk through it. You may think, oh my goodness, I don't know about this. It's kind of funny when you get close to your dreams. Sometimes we've been working so hard on the journey to get there that once it starts to manifest, it almost becomes difficult to receive it. So I want to offer Libras this moment to let themselves shine. You think about the collective, you're very Spock, the needs of the many outweigh the needs of the few. So I really want to offer you that so you can take that in this week and have compassion for yourself while you enjoy that, celebrating your accomplishments. Okay, let's go on to Scorpio. What is up for Scorpio? Francesca is in the foundational position. Layla is in the opportunity or the obstacle. Aurora in the Angel's advice, and Bethany. Okay, Scorpio. Francesca is a card that says, what do you desire right now? Visualize it and it will come about. Negativity will block your progress. Negativity to me is just the contemplation of the road to get there. All the obstacles, all the hows, all the oh no's, where will the money come from? How will I get there? I want to jump over all of that. And I want to offer Scorpio the opportunity to say, how does it feel once I get there? Because I have Layla in the Angel's advice. Layla is my walking meditation. It's where I get out into nature, and then Spirit has an opportunity to confirm that I'm on the right path, to give me signs and omens. I've talked about in the past, when I'm on my channel, when I was doing this, I live near the beach, so I walk my dog every morning. And sometimes I'll have moments where I worry about money. And it's kind of funny because those days I'll see tons of lizards. And then I think about, well, lizard loses its tail, AKA ass, but it grows back. So I felt like Spirit was telling me, even if you think you're going to lose your tail, it will grow back. So I started getting I'm like, okay, I get this. And then I would see bunnies on my walk, and bunnies are so prolific. I just want to offer this for you, Scorpio. Get out into nature. Allow Spirit an opportunity to show you that you're on the right path. Because here's Aurora saying you're flying high right now. Don't descend, because you'll soon inspire others. And I also want to say, I don't know why I say also, because I can see the cards and you guys can't. Here's Bethany. This is a card of self-care. And this is the big self-care. It's the one where, you put yourself and your needs not above others, but know that as you rest and rejuvenate, you are better for others. So I want to offer this, Scorpio, what you want to have happen this week, the things you want to experience, Spirit is in alignment with you, but take care of you in the process. Don't lose you. Okay, let's go on to Sagittarius. I never was a mom, so I sometimes forget how hectic this time is for people who are parents, and having to do all the things, be Santa. I don't want to give anything away. Anyway, you know what I'm trying to say. So take care of you. That's what I think, Scorpio parents, take care of you. All right, Sag. Okay, our first angel is Francesca. The second is Chantal. The third is Patience. And the final is Caressa. Very interesting. So Sagittarius, this is kind of funny because Jupiter went into your sign. You've got a whole year of it, so that's kind of fun. Jupiter represents the husband in Vedic astrology. I'm just saying, because I think this could potentially be about partnerships for you this week. I have Francesca, who said, again, what do you visualize right now? Negativity will block your progress. I have Chantal, which is the romance angel, talks about a new romance or the resurgence of an existing relationship. I have Patience, which to me is not about sitting on an egg and hoping to something will happen. It's about assimilating the energies around me and observing and learning from them. And then I have Caressa saying you're at the end of a life cycle to call upon your angels to comfort and guide you. So what I want to say for Sagittarius is that I'm sure plenty of you are in relationships. And if you've been in a relationship for a long time, I feel like this week is an opportunity for you to kind of fluff that up, be fun, and have a little bit of, kind of kick up your heels a little bit in love. And I want to say for those single Sagittarians, if you have been wanting to be in love, I feel like Spirit is really asking you to look at your love life from a fun perspective. So I'm going to offer you this idea. I'm single. I've never been married. I don't have a boyfriend right now, but I would like to, have companionship. So I have this dinner party that I put in my head, and in the dinner party, it's a metaphoric dinner party, but it not just has my companion or my partner, but it has collective of people that are like-minded, that are fun. So I feel a sense of family within my friendships. I want to offer Sagittarius this week to visualize the things you want from a wholehearted place, and to really start to give a little bit of I want to put a little attention on my love life. I want to be excited about it. I want to be how do I want to phrase it? I kind of want to like put a little romance in there, put a little spice, I guess I'm saying. Put a little nog in there, you know, a little egg in the nog. And see how it doesn't shift things a little bit. Because I kind of think that that end of a life cycle feels like I'm kind of dusting things off a little bit. It's not like it's something negative. Oh no, it feels like it's something good. So if things have been boring, things can get a little more interesting. Okay, let's go on to Capricorn. All right, Capricorn, what is up with you? All right. Our first angel is Ray. The second is Bethany. The third is Xana. And the final is Akasha. Okay, so Ray, it's so funny to me, whoever created this deck, because Ray is an angel that represents yoga and exercise. And look at what she's doing. She's sitting in a meditative position. It's so funny to me. So as you can see, I don't see this as exercise. I see this as connecting to spirit through my power chakra right here, up through my third eye, and then it's flanked by a green stripe and a blue stripe. That's my heart chakra and my throat chakra. So as I sit to spirit and I turn over my desires, what I want to experience, no matter what it is, Capricorn, does not matter. It does not have to be material. It can be peace of mind. It can be anything. Because as you do that and you take care of yourself, okay, that's what Bethany is about. Spirit is letting you know that you're being protected. And I always think of this as spiritual, emotional, mental protection, so that I can take off that I can stop worrying so much. I can feel a little more peace of mind. I can relax a little bit more, because I have Akasha in the final position, and Akasha will talk about Capricorn being a spiritual teacher, but I'm not really going there. I feel it's more about you being able to learn from spirit, to, as you turn over your desires to spirit this week, you experience a teaching from spirit, that you are being taken care of and you are being protected. You know, I kind of going for some reason to Capricorn's financial body. Okay, so this is like a worldwide broadcast, so that's so broad, meaning so huge, but I still feel that if indeed for some reason that's what Capricorn has been most focused on, is some material dynamic that you need to have in the 3D world, know that spirit is already alerted of that and is working in tandem with you. And you don't, as long as you don't over manage spirit, let them reveal things to you, and then you'll start to see evidence of it in the 3D world. Okay, let's go on to Aquarius. All right. Oh my good Jocelyn, you are so funny. Honey, my love life needs cinnamon, hot sauce, nutmeg, ginger, and all the other spices you can get. I love that. Me too, honey. Me too. My love life has been a little too bland lately. All right. Here we go, Aquarius. Oh, I have Francesca, Patience, Chantal, and Caressa. Oh my goodness, fun. Okay, so Aquarius, Francesca says, what do you visualize right now? Negativity will block your progress. I want to offer you all, please do not avoid negativity, because if you avoid feeling negative, it's like throwing gasoline on a fire. If you'll just look at it and then ask yourself, when you're feeling, unsure, is this happening right now? Is there anything in this world right now, or am I projecting a fear out into the future? Oh, 6 months from now, I may need money, or blah, 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 because I want to pull it back. Patience is sitting here in your opportunity or your obstacle. This is where spirit gets an opportunity to teach you to to show you. That's what I want to say. As you study and gather information, meaning looking a little bit deeper into what am I kind of having, what am I projecting out into the world? Is it happening right now? Maybe not, because I have Chantal in the angel's advice. Now, this is my romance angel. But I want to say this because there's the potential that you guys could fall in love, Aquarius. But I'm kind of feeling like you might be falling a little bit more in love with yourself. And in doing so, you're sending out a vibration that that attracts love into you because you're starting a new cycle. Now, we're at the end of the year and it's a new year coming up, but I think that it's even more than that. I feel like for Aquarius, you guys are finally off that eclipse axis. Holy moly, that can be rough. But it can also be great because it can pull, sweep out all the old stuff that was getting in your way and then open things up. Because I feel like when I look down at this spread, many of the things that Aquarius is wanting to birth into the world is going to start to show itself. And it may start to show itself by some of the things that you are not enjoying as much, starting to see those moving out. Okay? All right, let's go on to Pisces. I tried to do the signs backwards one time and I forgot a sign, and I've tried to do it so that Aries isn't always first, but I have to say I've gotten in a routine, and if I don't go this way, I don't know, I don't get it done right. Okay, Pisces, let's see what's up for you. I'm kind of excited for Pisces right now. I don't know why. I feel like a lot of things are mixing up and stirring up for you in a good way. Okay. Our first angel is Mystique. The second is Indriel, the third is Azure, and the final is Ariel. Wow, this just confirms my sense of excitement for you. Mystique is keep charging ahead, don't take no for an answer, expect miraculous solutions. Miracles are simply alignment to source energy. It is where the dominant thought is where you want to be versus how you're going to get there. I have Indriel, the light worker card here. This is about Pisces, shine your light out into the world. Shine whatever it is that I have chills all over my body. Azure's here saying your desired outcome will happen in the near future. You don't have to force it. And then there is Ariel, the connection to spirit. Ariel says new psychic and spiritual experiences are changing the way you view yourself and the world. So as you offer to study more, to offer I want to say prayer, but I don't want to be in pleading prayer. I want to be in thankful prayer. Thank you for that great job. Thank you for that bag of money. Thank you for that new car. Thank you for that great person in my life that makes me feel loved and supported. I'm very, very excited for Pisces moving forward into the new year. Not to the exclusion of the other signs, but I just see a few of my clients that I know are Pisces, and I'm just really, they've been working really hard towards their goals, and I feel like Spirit is really going to start to, we're going to see that grounding into the 3D world. And I kind of want to say this because I don't know how many of you got to see the introduction video with Darren yesterday, but I personally have been working all year to be sitting here today. And I couldn't be more excited. And at the same time, I was kind of like, wow, that's a lot of exposure. So I had a little, and then I just said, you know what? I get to trust everything. I get to keep charging ahead, expecting miraculous solutions, and stay connected to spirit. So that's what I want to say. Okay, people, let's not be mean. Okay. I'm going to end this broadcast. We got a little bit of funky stuff going on here. Isaac, I can appreciate your viewpoint, but this really isn't the appropriate forum for it. So I'd appreciate if you'd move on the road here, darling. Okay, so thank you very much, everybody, for being here with me today. I am so pleased as punch to be a part of this team. And I just want to thank you all. I will be back next Sunday at 11 a.m. Pacific time. And if you'd like to get a session with me, I'm going to figure out how to put the link in there somehow. I'm still fumbling around, but you can definitely find me on Lotta's site under the readers menu. And have a great holiday. I'll see you right before the new year, everybody. Have a great day.